Hi guys, it's Emily. I'm gonna show you the books I've read in June so far because I've read a lot and I have several shorter books going right now and I'm hoping to finish at least a couple of them before the end of June. So to shorten the video times, I thought I'd make two of them. So the first book in June that I read in June was Stella, one woman's true tale of evil, betrayal, and survival in Hitler's Germany by Peter Wyden. And I actually finished this the first day of June. So I went on vacation in late May, early June. So I got a lot of books read in that time. And so I got this one done the first day of June. I really enjoyed it. Well, maybe not really enjoyed isn't the best term because it's about a lady who sells in Jewish people to the Gestapo. So, yeah, it's kind of a depressing book and it actually makes you think a lot about what humans are capable of and what would you do in a situation where it was a choice between you and somebody else. And yeah, so my mom lent me this book and I'm going to give it back to her now that I've done my video on it. The next book I read was The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet by Bernie Sue and Kate Roarick. Oh gosh, that was my cat. Sorry. She's being crazy. I love the Lizzie Bennet diaries. I watched them last summer for the first time and I binged them in like 3 days. So yeah, I actually wasn't planning to read this though, because I felt like I had already seen the videos and I didn't need to. But then I saw it on the new bookshelf at the library and I was like, okay, I guess I gotta get it. So I did, and I read it in 2 days while I was on vacation. And then when I came home, I rewatched all of the Lizzie Bennet diaries because of this book. So be warned, if you really like the Lizzie Bennet diaries, don't read this book unless you have a lot of free time and are able to rewatch the whole series again, because it's quite a time commitment. The next book I read was Thomas Cahill's How the Irish Saved Civilization. This was a book that my mom recommended to me, and my mom actually bought it for herself, but then she lent it out to some people, so I had to get the library copy. And it was interesting. It's a shorter book, only like 270-ish pages, maybe. I learned a lot. There were a lot of names in it and a lot of events, and sometimes I had trouble, understanding the context of it. I wish they had provided more of a timeline or something so you could, refer back to what was going on. This is basically a tale of how, Christianity came to Ireland, and then the development of the monasteries and nunneries, and how the monks and the nuns preserved civilization by copying books when the rest of civilization wasn't really interested in preserving history or what had happened in antiquity. So yeah, it's a very fascinating book. Actually, when I was done reading it, I felt like I should probably read it again to get the whole, to get everything out of it that I needed to. Yeah. So, but it was a good book, and I recommend it if you're interested in history or that sort of thing. The next book I read, I don't have the book because I got it as an ebook from the library, and this is the last book I read on vacation, and it was Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy by Helen Fielding, the sequel. Well, it's actually the third book in the trilogy, the Bridget Jones trilogy. It was okay. Wasn't my favorite of the three by far. Hello. Well, it's kind of a spoiler, so I won't tell you, but something happens in the first of the book that really annoyed me and basically made me hate the rest of the book. So, Bridget, also the main problem that I actually read in the reviews and that other people that I felt as well, was that Bridget Jones is now at home, a stay-at-home mom, and she's really wealthy, and all she does all day is hang around and eat bonbons and complain about school stuff. There's these emails that go on between mothers at her kids' private school, and it's just like, it felt like it was very not, like I didn't relate to it. I was like, okay, why should I care about this? Like Bridget from the first two books, you're like, oh my gosh, I love you. You're like the world's woman, like everybody can relate. But now it's, this third book, it's like, you're a stay-at-home mom who's really wealthy and whose biggest problem is like this other mother at school is trying to take over room mom, and it's like, oh, okay, not my favorite. If you like Bridget Jones, I guess you should read it just to complete the trilogy. But if you don't like Bridget Jones, I wouldn't read it. The next book I read was We Are the People, Voices from the Other Side of American History, which is edited by Nathaniel and Clint Willis. I received this as a Christmas present from my parents a couple years ago, and it was one of those books that I was like, I need to get this read. It's been on my TBR for way too long. So, yeah, I read this over the course of like a month. It took me a long time. I started it in early May and finished it in mid-May. And it's basically a collection of writings from people who are sort of on the fringes of history. Like there's Frederick Douglass, and there's um, oh my god, like Susan B. Anthony, and there's a short story about a woman with, or not a short story, but like a article written by a woman who works at an abortion clinic, and it's basically all the parts of American history that aren't really discussed in traditional history classes. It covers labor, and it covers like peace talks, and it covers Indian issues and things of that nature. Yeah, it's not really a book you read for fun per se. I just read it because I felt like I needed to have more. I'm a history major and I love history and American history, but I am aware of my bias towards like traditional history, so I was glad that I got this and read it. The next book I read, I just realized is over there, so one sec. The next book I read was Lost Cat, a story of love, depression, and GPS technology, written by Caroline Paul and illustrated by Wendy McNaughton. I heard about this book on the Joy the Baker's blog. She had read it, and it's a really quick, fun read. It only took me like 3 hours to read it. So if you're looking for something fun, yeah. And it's about a Caroline Paul and Wendy McNaughton are a couple, and their cat goes missing, and they're really upset about it. And then eventually the cat comes back, and they're like, well, where did it go? And so it's about how they track it. And if you ever watched that documentary on the BBC about tracking cats, it was a couple of years ago, and you like that, you'd probably like this. There's pictures, and they show like GPS maps from where their cat went. It's actually a really nice little read. It's a good way to kill a couple hours if you're bored or need something, you're on an airplane or something. So yeah, I liked it a lot. The next book I read was, the last book I've read so far in June was Hotel Florida, Truth, Love, and Death in the Spanish Civil War by Amanda Vaill. I read about this in Entertainment Weekly when it first came out about a year ago, and it's been on my to-read list. But my library just got it. I was so excited because you can see these yellow stickers means that it's a new book, and I've actually read the Lizzie Bennet Diaries was a new book as well. So actually, I've been pretty lucky because a lot of times the new books I want to read, they're all checked out. But yeah, so this was a good book, and it's about the lie. It's about Ernest Hemingway and Martha Gellhorn, and then another couple are Churia Baria and Elise Korn. I know I'm saying those names wrong. And then it's also about another couple. Oh, Robert Capa and Greta Taro, who are photographers, and Artura and Elise work for the censorship office for the Republic of Spain, who are fighting against Franco. The thing I had a problem with this was there were too many people in it and too many names and dates and locations, and you couldn't figure out what was going on and who was fighting who. They kept talking about the Republicans and the Nationalists, who are the same people. Or no, I'm sorry. The Republicans and the Loyalists are the same people, and then the Nationalists, which are Franco's people, and it kind of got confusing to me. But it was an interesting book, and I'm glad I got it read because it's been on my TBR for a year, and I was so excited when the library got it in. So yeah, those are all the books I've read so far in June. I have, as I said in the start of the video, I have a couple of smaller books that I'm getting read, and I know I'm gonna finish at least one of them. So I'll probably finish 2 or 3 more. So we'll see. But I'll have another smaller video for y'all later in the month, probably the first day of July. That's not later in the month, my bad. Anywho, I hope everyone's having a good June. And I want to say that I recognize I need to be making more videos, and I have one idea for a video that I might do next week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm enjoying watching people's videos. I hope everyone has a good evening. Bye.